All right. I'm a little early here. That's okay. Hope everything can be heard. It actually looks like my game audio is not working. Hold on. I'm in the wrong stream. Haha, there we go. Wrong OBS thing. Howdy. Welcome. Welcome on in. We're a little early, but that's fine. We're gonna be working on blood magic today. I don't know how many hours we're gonna go, but we're gonna go. And I got it a little bit early, which is good because I honestly didn't want to do 8, but I know last time I was like, I mean, I could make it at 7 p.m. CST, and then I absolutely did not make it at 7 p.m. CST. So, with that being said, we should start looking at a better way of producing life essence. We have the ability now with the Dagger of Sacrifice to get mob kills that will then register as basic sacrifices to the altar. So let's actually just grab some cobblestone. We're going to do this very cheaply and very quickly. We're going to go, I think 2 blocks should be good. Usually I like to set them on the actual blood altar, but I'm pretty sure you can actually go with a decent radius. But let's actually check that before I just absolutely waste time. Blood magic. Do I not have... Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's see. C. Utilities. It does not say. Okay. We'll just try this many blocks up. And we'll go with it. Of course, we'll put some slabs and stuff here. But for right now, we're just going to make it one solid construction. And then we'll just go up. Okay. Let's also hit this lever. Okay. Long platform. And I will talk about the FTB Neotech stuff here in a minute because I do want to talk about that and some of the stuff that I've run into. That's why I haven't made an episode. But yeah, we'll get into that after I'm not focused purely on building this, and I just realized I did this. I have this set on none, so it's just doing whatever it thinks is right. Okay. Because I don't know how wide the spawner's radius is. But we will correct if it is wrong. I just broke the spawner. I knew I was going to do that. I figured. That's okay. I've got plenty of spawners. I'm not really that worried. I figured that was going to happen. We just have to remake a spawner. I've got tons of spawners. Tons and tons of spawners. I don't know. Does it actually matter what health? I don't think it does. I think like the most I have is like wither skeletons have the most health, I would think. I don't know. What do we got? 200, 800, 200, 800. Let's go with this guy. Let's just get this guy put back to where the blaze spawner was. Comparator. But I guess while we're doing this, let's talk about FTB Neotech. So with FTB Neotech, I've recently ran into a few issues. First things first, it's released on version 1.20.4. And if you don't know, 1.20.4 was not a common platform for mods to be developed for. And that being said, there's not a lot of mods that actually aid in a mod pack being decent. And so I have been spending the last few days trying to get crystallized oil or energized oil, one of those, both of those actually. And the problem is there's no good way to automate it. Not really. because it has to be done in world and there is no other options. So, with that being said, there is nothing I can do, and it just becomes more and more apparent that the mod pack really was not. I would say it was put together well, but it was put together with so many restraints because of the version it was on that it genuinely hinders itself. Okay, um, and so with that, I don't know where to go with it. We could continue on. We could continue doing MI. I could add some recipes that basically go around some of the issues we've been having. That is an option. We could integrate actually additions recipes into modern industrialization mixers and or assemblers, and we could just fix it. Which is honestly the option I'm leaning towards. So I can continue the series without much of a headache. But I've already spent 4 to 6 hours trying to fiddle with getting the system to work like it should. And of course, we have just dire things, and I thought, oh, you could sense fluids with that. That is not the case. You can only sense blocks, errors, items, entities, and that's about it. So it's kind of weird that fluids was not included. And I tried so many different ways to make it read fluids, and it just never did. So it's one of those things. It's one of the ones I wanted to automate it properly. I even tried using integrated dynamics, and apparently integrated dynamics is kind of broken in 1.20.4. There was some fixes and stuff, but overall, it really didn't fix it. So, because there's one issue right after the other, so it's a weird one. Though, I know for 1.20.4, it's the only current version with Ender.io, or no, not Ender.io, with actually additions. It's not been updated, and I believe Ender.io is still on 1.20.1, which is, of course, the current version we're in. So, you really don't have a lot of mods that are available for that. And I mean, even like logic gates and stuff, you can't really find any mods that are for that. So, yeah, that's just some rundown of what's happening with FTB Neotech. I most likely will stick with the pack, but I will take some time to develop it a little bit myself, which is just straight up getting stuff added as needed to the actual MI recipe roster, because there's so many other mods integrated into modern industrialization. It doesn't make sense that they did not do that with actually additions. It doesn't make any sense. So that's kind of just the rundown. I'm not going to cancel it, but it may just be on the back burner for a minute until I can get some actually additions recipes added, and hopefully that will then help us just kind of actually progress through the pack with playing with actually additions and playing with other odds and ends, because I do want to play with other mods, not just modern industrialization. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of where it stands. I don't know if you guys have any ideas on that, because honestly, I think the best bet is to probably just add a recipe, call it a day, and then move on. What's the spawn range of this thing? 4? Let's go with this. So this is my Silk Touch pickaxe. So we should just be able to set this guy here. And we're just going to do what I was trying to do, which is actually get like a redstone link over here. Sorry. Quickly, I actually recorded that portion of me talking about it. I'm going to edit it and then throw it on the YouTubes later so other people can hear. Because, honestly, I like FTB Neotech. I like the idea behind it. I don't really like modern industrialization. I've said that before. But it is a mod that I'm interested in getting further into. But if the pack hinders itself because of its own version, I think, realistically, it would have been better on 1.21, maybe. Of course, actually additions, thermal. I think mechanism's the only one that's updated right now. So, yeah, you kind of get either or, right? You don't get both, you get either or. So, just keep that in mind. All right, we're just going to get this set up here. We're just doing a redstone link, so we need to make this the receiver, which if you break this block, you can see the little umbrella. We can get rid of... Oh, we can't get rid of that. Okay, and then I'll just do this then. Umbrella, that. So hopefully we'll get further into modern industrialization. But I've also been playing this pack way longer than I was expecting. So that's a thing. Okay, so this does work. That's what I wanted to test before we do anything. And then that is too far. So how far do we need? Okay, so basically at the altar. Okay, so if we're going to do that, then I think all we need to do is just grab a slab, put that there, break that, and then we can grab some conveyors, vector plates. Vector plates are pretty nice. We won't go any higher than the normal vector plate, by the way, because that just seems overkill to me. Let's get these guys out of here. We may have to make this one block wider, which is fine if we have to. What's happening? Oh, we've got like the vengeful spirits from Evil Craft. Still don't understand what those are, but I've not played with Evil Craft ever, actually. So we might experiment with that sometime. That'll probably be an episode, because I don't know if I would want to try my luck at doing that on a actual live stream. Okay, so these guys should drop. Wait, they just converted to skeletons? What in the world? It went from wither skeletons to skeletons. Odd. Odd indeed. Okay, we'll work with it. I don't really care. They have no AI, so they should just follow the vector plates. It looks like that's actually that's having some issues because they are all cramming together. Okay. Let's turn this back on. So now we can see that we've got a 4,000. Take out a guy. Still about 4,000. Perfect. Okay. Let's get these guys pushed in here. So I might have to make this hole just a little bit bigger. Maybe. Maybe. Okay, let's toggle this off for a second. Let's just make it a little bit bigger. And then what I'm thinking is we really don't need to have full walls because they can't walk. They can't do anything. So if we just do something like that, and then just have this be a slab and this be a slab, we should be able to reach these guys fully. Especially if we do a slab there. Okay, so let's actually just kind of place this right here. And we'll see how this goes. Okay, we do have a little bit of skeletons falling over the edge. We can fix that here real quick. I could just be using this. Might make it easier. Okay, vector plates. And of course, we can't get to the ritual of sacrifice quite on this time, so Okay, let's activate this. And now all we got to do is just chop them down. The ones that are floating around, we'll get rid of them here in a second. So I may need to just let them burn up. That'll be fine. Doesn't help that I like ping pong them, right? We probably should also set up like a demagnetization coil and an item collector. Probably not a bad idea for this. And let's also just do this. Come on. Cobble. I was trying to get away with this, but yeah, apparently they're just they're knocking themselves out of bounds. So we're just gonna do this. And since that slab's there, we shouldn't need that one. And of course I took that out. Okay. Also get rid of this quiver. I still don't understand why the wither skeletons became skeletons. But, oh well. We will get over it. Do. Yeah, demagnetization coil. It's definitely going to be needed here. Let's place that, the upgraded version at least. Like right here. So I just don't pick up anything. Like, if I pick some stuff up, that's fine. I don't really care, but man, I don't want to pick up everything. How are we doing here? Plenty of blank slates. Okay. So we probably have enough for tier 2. Hopefully. We're going to toggle this off for a second. We're just going to get rid of these last few. Okay. Let's get this stuff out of my inventory. So, tier 2, if I remember correctly, requires glowstone, sea lanterns, and a handful of other things. So let's grab this book here. So tier 3 is what we're looking at. Yeah, so it just requires, what is it, 3, 4, 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 20 extra runes. Oh, it says it right here too. 20 extra runes, and then building blocks, and then glowstone, sea lanterns or glow shrooms, I think is what those are called, right? Glow. What are those called? Nope, shroom lights. I was wrong. Very wrong. Okay. So with that, let's see. I actually want to move the altar up. I'm too lazy to pick this stuff up, so I'm just gonna do this. And then we grab one of these. And then now we take that out. We pick this bad boy back up. Okay. So let's take out the bottom portion of this. And we'll rebuild as much of it as we need. But my goal is to then be able to move this whole thing up one. So we're going to take all of this stuff out. Where's my... Put the stone away for now. Take this out. And then some dirt. Dirt. Okay, and we're going to basically move this up, how many? 3, I think? 1. So this block here is where the altar is. So 1, 2, and then 3. But I think the other tiers even go further than that, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 is the altar. And then, let's see. That one looks like... Yeah, that I don't even know. We'll just keep moving it if we need to. Or we could just go up an insane amount. Or we could just do this. It's actually not a bad idea. How much are we in the ground then? Okay, so if we went up just one more. Picking up random stuff again. So that would be level. Okay. We'll just do it like that. So we're going to do this really weirdly because I'm just going to do it preemptively. And then now we actually could get more speed runes here because the speed runes can be placed in the corner on tier 3. Let me just put these guys in here. So if we just grab 8 of these bad boys. And I'm actually going to stop visualizing because this thing flashes way too much in my opinion. Okay. And then, let's see. So, the next tier is going to go down 1 over 1. So, down 1 over 1. Okay. And then there's a gap. So, we do have a sacrifice rune we did get as a request reward. So, let's throw that down here. And then we need 19 runes. Blank runes. Perfect. So we should have 1, 2, 1, 2. That ain't right. 5. What did I do wrong? Oh, they're touching, that's why. I forget, the other tiers don't touch like this tier does. And we can do whatever kind of block we want here. I don't think it's specific to stone bricks. It's just an example they use. And glowstone. Okay. So now this should be the next tier. What did I do with my sigil? Oh, it's right here. I just couldn't see it. So that is tier 3. Perfect. We're just going to have a little bit of a walking path in between that so we don't have to worry about it. And then we're going to take this out. We're going to take that out. We're going to put the sink in my AE2 system because I don't really need it right now. And we'll just kind of make a simple little path. Probably put some stairs because I actually don't have like any auto climbing feature apparently. I think she didn't know I didn't. I kind of don't even think about it. Okay. So I think the next portion of this is probably getting it to where we can start automating all of the slates that we need. Do we have any kind of downgrade for functional storage? I can't remember. Yes, we have the iron downgrade. So let's grab that. And let's grab a storage controller. And then some oak drawers. So we're going to do the oak drawers. Let's just do this. I'm going to make this look a little funny, but that's okay. And we will expand this as time goes on. So just keep that in mind. But as time goes on, this altar will be more built out and everything. Okay. And then we're going to put the storage controller. Let's see. Man, I just have too much crap in my inventory, don't I? So we probably want to put the storage controller here or here. Yeah, we could do that. Laser IO. We can put one node here that has the functional storage piece where we need it. Do I want to do that though? Or do I want to just have this like sitting down here so I can actually access it when I need to do a filter? It's probably not a bad option. Because all I would need to do now is come upstairs to this and just have the laser wrench connecting here. This is how my brain works, by the way, guys. This is the biggest thing with live streaming is you'll see how weird I am with a lot of this stuff, but that's okay. So this will be insert, and then our chest or barrel or whatever we want here can go. And I'm actually going to make a netherite barrel. Just overkill, but that's fine. So this will be where we pull stuff out of. So extract on white. And then... Can I actually pull a redstone signal from a block? I don't know if I can with laser IO. I can. Cool. Nice. Just going to put that right there. So that's our shut-off switch. And then whenever it's done in the altar, we want to do extraction and then insertion into this drawer, which I guess technically we could just set here to make this like even, symmetrical, all that fun stuff. And then this does not need a filter. Not after what I'm about to do to it. which is just filter using these. So reinforced, and we can actually shut this whole thing off. I also probably should shut off this as well whenever that lever is pushed. Okay, so let's grab incense altar, fill this thing here real quick, and then from there, we probably want to just go through the stages of getting the next slate tier, right? Because once we get this next slate tier, we can then filter all of the ones that we currently have available. Okay, imbued slate, perfect. So reinforced, imbued, and then the last one, or the first tier, is the other slate, which is the blank slate. We grab our linking tools, we shift right click here, link all these bad boys, and then we just lock these drawers. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to iron downgrade and then grab a copper upgrade, because I don't want stacks of 64. I'd prefer stacks of 512. Yeah, 512 sounds good. That way we're not doing like 1,000. I just prefer to do that. And I don't think, can I actually, I want to see something. I thought there was a way to make this 128. No. Okay. Just 512. And it goes up from there. Okay. I was just curious. Because I really want 128, but 512 will work. So now all we do is we kind of just get some stone. No, we just get some stone. I've been working all day. I'm still not in it, right? So that's okay. So we throw this stuff in here, and then we flip this lever. And then now we need to figure out the mob farm, because, yeah, I didn't think about that. I don't think it'll be that hard. All we really got to do is just move the platform up one. So we just do this. Let's see. I'm thinking as I'm talking. That's one of the problems. Because if we do... Just take out this outer rim here. So I don't want to do it too close to the spawner. I think we could go for here. And then our platform would just be slabs on top of this barrel. And of course I can fly, so I'm not like too worried about it. And then we just now make the platform. So that is 3. So I probably want to go out one more. Trying to turn the 1 to be left and right. So that way we don't do what I just did earlier. So there's 3, so there's 4. Also, I apologize if I don't really sound like I'm really entertaining right now. Like I'm just kind of meh right now, so apologies for that. Let's see. So that should be golden. And all we need to do now is just get some raw redstone. Because I, for some reason, put that as the frequency. And we could actually just put this down here on one of these poles. Pillars, poles, whatever you want to call them. Start spawning some creatures. Make sure this works again. Okay. And then, of course, vector plates. Vector plates. Probably the most ineffective way to place vector plates is with an infinity wand, but that's okay. Honestly, if you probably shrunk down and placed them, you'd probably be better off. How many vector plates do I have left in my inventory? Not a whole lot. I think I put more platform than I did last time. That's okay. Okay. So that should be good. Turn these guys back on. And then once we have them here, should just be able to go to town. Yeah, so the only issue I'm going to probably have is picking up all the items. But that's okay. I'll avoid most of it. And I think I'm just going to probably be killing these guys for a little bit. So I can probably put this stuff away. Just real quick. I should actually get the other tiers of the Blood Orb. I have actually not even gotten tier 2s. Which is a redstone block. Probably not a bad idea to look into that here. So we'll turn that off. And then I'm also going to go in here and then turn this back to ignored because I want it to pull out. I didn't want it earlier because I was wanting to grab it as a filter. So I didn't just shove it in there so I could actually know which one is going into. So, okay. So now what we want to do is we want to grab a redstone block. We'll just go through the tiers here. Redstone block, put that in there. Smack these guys a couple times. So let's actually grab the demagnetization coil. I'm actually going to put this right here on the outskirt. And I'm actually going to then get a vacuum. Let's see. I think a modular router. Can I actually do that with these though? Yeah, the range is 6. That should be fine. Look at me completing quests that I've completed a long time ago. Okay, so if I set that, so it is picking up items. And then of course if we do speed upgrades, and then stack upgrades, and then get a void upgrade. Is there actually a void upgrade for these? Honestly, I don't remember. Let's see. Modular. Yeah, there is. I think it's just this trash can. It's called a void module. My bad. Goodness gracious, there's so many different names for these things. So I probably want to just configure this with a few items. So arrows, bones, inferium essence, whitelist. So that way, if I accidentally drop something and this picks it up, it won't just void it. It'll only void items that I give it. So that's a fantastic thing. Okay. So we did get our next orb. Right click to make sure we actually have it on us. And let's just go to the swing in town here. Almost said something else. Swing in town. We could also quickly do... Let's see. Void upgrade. Quivers. I'm going to say match any. Tag matching disabled. So this, if I drop it, should be picked up and voided. Which is exactly what I want. So that way I'm not picking up a whole bunch of random stuff. Let's also void those. Let's void bows. Ignore damage as well. What's the difference between all and any? No idea. I ain't even worried about it. Okay. Just keep on swinging. Oh, did I add the heart to it? Okay, so I might need to just also do the void upgrade being stuff that we really don't want. So we're going to do ignore damage, match any, and then this and this. And that way we don't pick stuff up that I can just probably void or add an upgrade to void it later. Okay. That'll work. It's a temporary solution. I actually have a story about this. So the reason I'm hesitant to do stuff like that, and you guys will never see this unless you were subscribed to my channel back whenever I did this. Well, did the series, because I actually never published that video. That was actually the last time I ever played that. I believe it was Sky Factory 4. I set up a void system and I did not filter a single thing. I had the in-game armor. I spent hours making it. I was so happy, so excited, and I accidentally over-sacrificed, killing myself, voiding everything. And then I just stopped recording and never posted that video. And then I think all of those videos are currently privated on my channel because, man, I was so upset. I think I tried to go back to it years later, and I was just like, man, what did I do? Why, like, going back on stuff that I've done years and years ago, it just it makes me think I might need therapy, you know, like that kind of thing. Some of that stuff, man, that was rough. Like, shut door then versus shut door now is a night and day difference. That is for sure. I think my network's full. Let's test it. Yeah, it's full. Okay. Next orb. That guy just died because he was lit on fire. Next orb is the magicians. Magicians. I must have said magicians for some reason. I can't remember. Does each tier increase your life essence pool? I don't remember. I know there is the slate, like the rune of the orb that does some stuff for it. I don't remember 100% what that one does. Rune of the orb increases the capacity of the blood orb that is inside the altar by 2% additively per rune while it is inside of the altar. Okay, so yeah, that one, it would be something that would not be awful to have. That would be like you creating a specific altar for your blood orb to have like an extensive LP. Man, apparently these skeletons are not spawning fast enough. I might need to get another spawner, honestly. Yoink. And every time this goes into the negatives, basically, when it starts puffing out that gray smoke, you're actually wasting LP, because I think it basically depreciates the entire amount that's went into it already, and you kind of just mess it up. So let's see, how much LP do we have now? Okay, so it actually does increase it. I wonder by how much. So we're definitely decreasing here. And of course, if you have stuff that pulls out of your LP network or your life network too much, then you actually start taking damage, because it's going to start taking those hearts from you rather than anything else. So that is something. That's why you kind of create an altar sooner or later for your orb individually, because then that way you know you always have life essence, and you have like that independent system that's not really, going to be hindered by anything else. You're not going to be crafting in it. You're just going to be putting the orb in it, calling it a day. And of course, by that time, you're probably going to have a Master Blood Orb, and that'll be pretty significant too. So, yeah, I'm going to have to get another spawner or something for this. So I was kind of hoping that I wouldn't have to use my own LP. But I also could then again just get a Warden. I don't know if I ever showed that. I think I showed that system. That was in the Direwolf 20 pack, the most recent one. You can use a Warden with stasis chambers to basically indefinitely create life. Similar to how people use witches in a lot of like mob farms and stuff, or like in a lot of farms, because they always regenerate. You can basically create your own witch kind of stasis in a sense, which is actually really cool. With blood magic, of course, you need the ritual of sacrifice, which allows for you to then get that kind of always on thing. I don't know if I think the dagger could one shot the warden, but I'm not even sure about that. I would assume so, because it one shots everything else, but I'm probably completely wrong on that fact. Okay. How much do we got? 78,000. So yeah, that's a significant increase. Significant. I don't know what would happen if you jumped from the first tier to the second or to the third tier without going for that. I wonder if it actually would do anything for you. Okay. Let's kick this thing back on. Let's just keep getting some LP here. Yeah, we could probably make 4 or 5 spawners on here and probably be fine, but I will get that here in a little bit. Okay. So next thing's next, I guess. We probably need to look at getting a little bit better runes on this thing rather than just speeding through all the tiers. So let's clear all this stuff out real fast. Let's get this put away. And we can now probably put away these weaker orbs, because we've got the magicians, which is our highest tier. And throw that away, put that away, put that away. Okay, just cleaning up my inventory a little bit, keeping it a little tidy here. So probably some runes of capacity, because if we can have more capacity, that'd be fine. The runes of sacrifice are really decent too. Let's actually complete this quest here real fast for the orb, and let's see if we actually may be able to get some runes from that. Might be a quest reward, I don't know. Ooh, rune of sacrifice. I think that's self-sacrifice though, isn't it? Yeah. Self-sacrifice is nice, but of course it implies you have to do it yourself. Well, sacrifice is actually for when you actually take these guys out. So that's one of those things. Self-sacrifice is cool if you were just doing self-sacrifice. I don't really know if I'll be looking into these guys. Better version of the divination sigils gives more information. Seer's sigil? I actually don't know what that one is. I've not actually used this one. We could look at this. We definitely could. I definitely might look at that. So the imbued slate. I did pick up an imbued slate. It's going to complete that quest, maybe? Oh. What? Are you kidding me? I don't know why it's doing that, but apparently I need to recraft blink runes, which are from the first tier, so I don't know why you'd have 28 on the second. That should complete it. Okay, that did not complete it. Let's just throw them in my inventory. Give it a second. Or do I need to just craft 28 of these things? I don't understand. Somebody rushed through the Blood Magic quest line when they were making it. There we go. Because realistically, this should be 8 stones. This should be 20. And then this one should be the next amount, which we actually can see, because the book should tell us the amounts. So tier 4. So you need 28 more runes for this tier. And then the next one is 52 more. So the quest book should be going off of these numbers here, because these are correct. I mean, they're by default, they are in the book. They're the mod's numbers. Because, yeah, you've got 8 here, and then you get 20 more. So I don't know why they did that. I really don't. Like, all you'd have to do is say, hey, you already have 8. You just need 20 more. Go for it. Weird little things. Anyway, so there's also runes of capacity. So runes of sacrifice, runes of capacity. Looks like we also have tier 3 sigils, which is the blood lamp, which is kind of a magic light thing. Holds up to 5 sigils at a time, providing their passive effects and allowing you to activate them on a while. To activate them on a while. I think I'm reading that correctly, but I'm not even sure at this point. Okay. So we also do have like the Hellfire Forge, which we've kind of just avoided. We do need this, but we'll get there. How do we even make the living armor? Starts off the equivalent of iron, but has upgrade points that can be spent to train it in specific ways. It starts with 100, but there are always ways to increase this limit. As you use it, it will learn from you. You can see what it has learned so far by holding left shift while looking at it. Huh. We'll have to look at that one. It might be a little bit later down the line, but I want to look at that. Increases the flow rate of LP in and out of the altar. So capacity and sacrifice are what we're going to look at. So we could take out... Let's take these guys out. And I'm probably going to try... You know what? Let's take out the copper upgrades for now. Let's get everything to be a stack. And then just call that good. Okay. So let's turn that off. Let's get these guys to be stacks. And then that way we'll be able to just get a little bit more of the higher tier ones, because that's actually what we need right now. To get these other runes that'll make it just easier overall. I'm going to put the rune of self-sacrifice away. And then, of course, we can get the higher tier runes of runes of sacrifice, runes of capacity. I think it's, what is the other one of capacity? I think it's like augmented capacity. Yeah, augmented capacity. And this one does... What does that one do? I know it does something else. Something else completely different. Runes of capacity. Is it not in here? Oh, aug capacity. There we go. Rune of augmented capacity increases the capacity of the blood altar by a multiplicative 7 plus 7.5% per rune. The augmented capacity runes apply after the effect of the irregular capacity runes. So the normal capacity runes do an additive of 20% per rune. So basically, you put like 10 of these in here and you put 10 of the other ones, you'd get a pretty decent chunk of change. So that's pretty good. I think I've used both of those all together. I kind of keep the amounts even because the other ones are multiplicative rather than just a straight up percentage addition. So I think once you get to like 100, you're gonna be rolling in it if you have what is that, 5, and then you just do like 5, 10 of the other ones, the augmented capacities, you'd be doing pretty well. All right, how are we going here? This should be going just cruising along. I'm gonna turn my magnet off here. I don't think it's because of my magnet I'm picking stuff up, but I think it's because this thing's actually just quite slow. So what if I do stack upgrade, like the stack augments here? See if that might make it a little bit better. But I hope everybody's having a fantastic night, fantastic day, whatever time it is for you. Just hope you're all doing jazzy, doing snazzy. Wasting kills here too. Going a little too quick with smacking them. So the capacity ones require the imbued slate. So that is a tier 3 one. Well, the sacrifice ones require the reinforced. So honestly, I'm kind of shooting for the capacity ones first, but I know we won't get enough slates from that until we get the other ones, which is kind of the drawback to this system. But then again, it always makes sure that your other stuff is stocked. So once you have like the ritual of self-sacrifice, or ritual of suffering, ritual, is it ritual of suffering? I'm second guessing myself probably here. Ritual, no, well of suffering. That's what it's called. Just keep getting it wrong. But yeah, this one requires you to get the dusk tier ritual diviner, and that's what takes so much time to get to that one. Oh, blood magic is fun, but man, does it take a minute to get into it because you really have to get all these slates and stuff. So if we do sacrifice first, that means then we are left with just overall getting more per kill. So that'll be good. So let's actually just start with that. So I most likely probably want to just do a complete set of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and then just go for it. What am I missing? An orb? Where is my orb? There it is. So this and this. I think that is more than enough because I accidentally made one more because I already have one. Okay. So now we should be banking those kills pretty good. A little bit less than 1,000 right now. Okay, so let's go for another set. We'll just do all of these to be sacrifice. And then now, so we have 7,000. Keep hitting him with the wrong thing, don't I? So 7,000. 8,000. So now we're getting about 1,000. 1,000 per hit, which is not bad. So about 10 kills and we're full. Okay. That is fantastic. So that way we'll just be a little bit quicker. We could probably throw some speed runes in there and probably make this a little bit better of a time, but you know what? Actually, that's not a bad idea. If we were to take out like 4, if we were just to take out 4, so like here, 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 and here. And I don't think we have any way to get the acceleration runes, which are these right here, because these are tier 4. I believe tier 4 is demonic slates. Yes, tier 5 is ethereal. Okay. So the next tier, let's just look at this while we're kind of just gandering. The next tier of Blood Altar requires Bloodstone bricks, which Bloodstone bricks require the weak blood shard to be made. They require blood shard, which can be made by putting saturated tau into a chemical reaction chamber with a sanguine retriever. Tau fruits can be found in simple dungeons. So this is going to lead us to actually getting into the ritual of Edge of the Hidden Realm, which requires a whole bunch of runes, 36 in total. So that's not terrible, but that is kind of our next step. And I think for those are ritual stones, if I do remember correctly. And then, of course, we also have the Master Ritual Stone, which is the centerpiece of each ritual. You do need one of these for every single ritual. So these are reinforced slates, which means that if we need 36, we need... How many operations is that? I can't math right now. Hold on. 36 divided by 4. So 9 sets of those. So 10 sets. The reason I say 10 sets, of course, is because if you don't have 10 sets, then you can't make the Master Ritual Stone. Just get to smacking. One of the things I'm curious about is just dire things. No, we don't have just dire things in here. I'm thinking of F2B Neotech. See what I'm doing. Do we have anything that may be able to actually be usable? I was kind of trying to see if we have the ability to, like, swing this sword without me being here. I don't think we do. Okay. Forget, just dire things didn't come out in this version. What version are we on? 1.21? Or 1.20.1? Yeah, so they could have added it. I guess it just didn't feel like doing that. That'd be too much. Too much power to the user. So 10 sets would actually be 40 runes, right? I think. So we're just kind of waiting to get to that point. Spam click. Spam click. Is this all nauseating yet? I feel like it might be. I feel like it might be. Picking up just a whole bunch of junk. But that is okay. We only got 24. We are getting there, ladies and gentlemen. We are cruising. We are cruising for a bruising. All right. What is the spawner's current rate? Hold on. I don't think I changed it, did I? No, max entities I did, because that's the piglet heart. I did change it. I just can't remember. Do you remember? Alright. I'm losing my mind if you couldn't tell. Kind of being weird as can be right now, but that's alright. That is A-okay. I'm also kind of like thrown off right now because I've set up my third monitor, which I haven't had hooked up to my computer in probably over a year at this point. And I just hooked it up because I wanted to have my like stream stuff on the left and my OBS on the other side. Usually I just have it squished on one monitor, but I felt like being snazzy today, and so I hooked up, and so now OBS is on my right side. So I'm kind of trying to get back to used to where I can see the screen preview of OBS on my right instead of my left. It's really throwing me for a loop here. My computer remembered everything. Tried to turn my left monitor vertical, like up and down, because it used to be I used it for code and viewing full documents all at once. And so it remembered that setting, and I'm like, man, I haven't done that in forever. I used to use it all the time like that, but man, now I don't do it anymore. Are we coming? Almost there. I think it's a good thing that all these flowers from Botania generate. I'll just have to remember that whenever we actually get around to doing Botania. Glowstone and glass. I might look at that Sears tablet. I was just looking. It's not complicated to get. I just haven't done it. Honestly, I don't even know what it is. You know what? Since I keep going back to it, I keep going back to it in my head more than anything. So we need glass. So 2 pieces of this. Glowstone, right? And then the ritual diviner. Or divination sigil, my bad. And then the orb. We don't have a ritual diviner yet. And then we need the ash. And what's the third ingredient? A reinforced slate. Smack, 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 smack. Okay. Just snag one of these bad boys. And then we'll hope that we can get another one so we can actually get the next portion of this out of here. Okay. What does this end up giving us? Nothing, because I accidentally did it wrong. Did it in the wrong order. That's this and then this. Ooh, fancy. Ooh, that's a little close. Fancy. From a distance. Ooh. Okay, that's a little much. So what does this give us? Oh, whole bunch of goodies. Oh, actually, it's like transfer rates, the current like output amount. Now, I don't know what that bottom left one is. It looks like some sort of rune, but I don't know what rune that is. Huh. It's actually pretty cool. I'm glad I made that. I just don't know what that last one is. What we could probably do. Where is the sigils? There they are. So Sears sigil, or Sears, probably. Charging runes. Current LP storage of any charging runes you may have. Huh. And I know what charging runes are. Basically, they just continuously add them, like add blood into a buffer, and then once you put items in there, it just unloads all of it, basically. It's a really cool feature. Of course, all of that is very simplified to what it actually does, but it's pretty cool. Okay. All right, so we should have 40 of those. So that means that we should now be able to make the ritual stones that we need, which I probably need my orb back out of here. So ritual stones. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. And then now the master ritual stone. And then now we just need the ritual diviner from blood magic, which is this thing here. And this is 3 different types of elements, it looks like, into the blood altar. So we're just going to bookmark all of these guys. We'll just grab all of them here real quick. So obsidian, perfect, right here. Going to move some stuff out of my hotbar here. So magma cream, not maga, magma. Gassed tears, and lapis lazuli block. Perfect. All right, let's let this thing process its slab, and we'll turn it off. Actually, I guess I could just turn it off now. It doesn't really matter. Well, let's get this thing filled back up. Do lapis. Get our Sears stone. So this does just do 1,000. Okay. 1,000 as well. Give a little smack to some skeletons here real fast. Perfect. So now this will be a ritual diviner. And then we are going to right click until we get to the proper one, which is the Edge of the Hidden Realm. Perfect. So we should just be able to set this down, hold right click. And then I can't remember how to actually activate these, so give me a second. Getting started. You need a Ritual Diviner. It's recommended. Master Ritual Stone. Activation Crystal. So we just need an Activation Crystal. Which is this right here. So weak activation, which requires a Lava Crystal. So Lava Crystal is crafted like that. So 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Take my orb back. Throw that in here. And that actually uses, I think, isn't this the thing that you can put in a furnace and it uses LP as fuel? Basically, it's a really cool idea. It's one of those very starter things that you can actually get from blood magic to make your survival experience just a little bit better. And of course, there's like the activated or awakened. Awakened? How do you even get that one? I don't know. Doesn't actually tell us how to get that one. So it looks like our weak activation is the one we're going with. So you do need LP in the network for these. How much do we actually need for this specific ritual? So this is Edge of the Hidden Realm. So we need 80,000 LP to activate it. Okay, so how much do we actually currently have? 78,000. So let's throw that in there to get some more kills, get some more wackaroonies, you know, all that fun stuff. And then hopefully soon we shall have enough LP. We actually already do. Fantastic. I'm going to get a little bit more than that, though, just because I want to have a little bit of a buffer in case I forget. I mean, realistically, we could actually just leave the orb in there. Just let it soak up as much of the LP that's already in there. Okay, let's toss some of this stuff. Toss some of that. I don't think we really need anything else to just jump in there and jump back out. So let's just activate. Okay, and then this gives us the blood magic portal to the simple dungeon. Perfect. Okay, so let's open this chest, grab some iron keys. Let's go this way first. And I'm actually going to quickly... Actually, no, I've got my staff. I'm not really worried. So, Tao fruit. It's not saturated, but that's okay. We'll just snag all these goodies. Don't really need them, but... Let's also grab our... night vision. Just turn and smack the dude. Didn't even like give it a second thought. Just whack. Oh, that was great. Look, it's the void. Okay, I think that was in all that was in here. Don't think I really need anything else in that room. So we're going to take a second iron key and go in this direction. This is the blazes one, isn't it? Yep. More Tao fruit. Chests in here. Chest up here. Living armor upgrade tome. Fantastic. Another upgrade tome. Also, I may be like rushing through this a little bit, and I apologize. There's just not a lot to these dungeons, in all honesty. And it looks like we're actually already out of keys. So we may have to take a stop to the Hellfire Forge to actually get some more. I got unlucky on this dungeon. Also, this is actual blood you can use. You can actually import into your altar, by the way, if you ever feel like getting some. But I guess next portion of this is getting the Hellfire Forge, so we actually can continue into that dungeon. Hellfire Forge. We're just going to go set this down by the alchemy table. This does require will. And that's all up here. So soul snares and demon will. Soul snares. We actually did get some of these from quests. That's why it's detecting some. These are just string inside of your blood altar. Let's just grab some more. We'll kind of demonstrate what these actually do. Let's get this out of there. Get a few smacks. Fill that up a little bit. Soul snare. Just grab a handful. Might as well. Okay. So you will need particles to be on to actually do this portion. But let's go /home. And let's go find some creatures. It's not nighttime. Let's go down to my dungeon area, then my mob farm area. Should be in here somewhere. Bedrock? There we go. Should be able to do this on these creatures. Just going to toggle this to be run on pulse. So the wither skeleton. Oh, did it not do it? Or can I not do it on these guys? Oh, I did. So there's actually, I think the problem is these guys already have particles. So let's try it on this guy. Yeah, so see those white particles? Now you kill them. And you have a chance of getting Demon Will, which is this blue thing right here. And so you basically just go throw these at creatures. And you just pick up Demon Will. It's a really cool thing. It's just a really cool little concept. And it's not that big of a portion of blood magic, but it's still in there. So just keep that in mind. I'm just throwing some stuff away in here. We'll also put our night vision thing away for a second. So with this Demon Will, and I'm pretty sure I might need a little bit more than this, but that's fine. I'll grab some here in a second. We actually need to get what is called a Tartar Gem. Petty Tataric, which requires 1 will. So we actually can just make one of these. Let's get this other stuff out of here. So gold, redstone, glass. Just going to do default class, and then lapis. Perfect. So we throw all this in here. Then we could take whichever one of these demon wills. We could toss that into this slot, I do believe. And that will then drain 1.00 of this will. Not all of it. It'll only drain 1, as it said earlier. So now you have a 0.23 will. And then I think if we shift... Is it shift? Or do I need to drop these? Looks like I need to drop them. I should absorb them in the gem itself. Cool. And then sooner or later, of course, you can actually get up to the sentient sword, which just basically does. You don't need the actual snares after this fact. So actually, it looks like we can make this. Oop, more demon will. Drop that on the ground real quick. Let's just complete the rest of these real fast. Got some more soul snares from a quest. So the only thing is with the sentient sword is you actually need another Tataric gem before you can do it. So you basically just need to have 2 demon will and then enough resources to then make another one to actually do this. So let's just do that. Everybody got gold on me, so just toss that in there, and then we could use our Tataric gem to power this since we don't have any loose will, right? So we're just going to do this. And once that processes, then we get another Tataric gem, and then we just grab an iron sword. And then toss that back in here. And that should then give us the sentient sword. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. And then with the sentient sword in our grasp, I'm going to throw some stuff away here real quick. Actually, I'll keep that on me. We can now actually go get looting on this if we wanted to. Looting is pretty nifty because, of course, you get more chances of getting Demon Will and stuff like that. So I might just go run and grab that real fast. Let's go /home. See if I have any sharpness, looting. Nope, if I can spell looting. Apparently I cannot. Goodness gracious. We have looting 5. Looting. Smite. I don't really want smite. We'll just go with this one. It's not the greatest, but that'll work. There you go. And then I think I could grab sharpness from one of these guys. Yes. So, emeralds and books. Not books, book. Okay. And then we can just combine these together to get sharpness 6. All right. Perfect. And then now if we just go down to bedrock, which is right here, we can then just go turn on one of these mob farms, turn off the slaughter portion, and go to town. Let's also quickly just grab our Strength 2 amulet. Just crit every one of them. That is the goal. So, at the end of the day, what you're doing is you're basically going to fill up this Petty Tataric gem, which is what we've already actually done. And once that's full, it looks like it actually just kind of voids all the other stuff you pick up. We will then need to just get the next tier, which is the Lesser Tataric. And then from the Lesser Tataric, we then want to get the Common. And then from the Common, you then want to get the Greater Tataric Gem, which is a little bit more involved because you need to get into all of the different types of will. I think you can actually just get the Demon Crystal Will. The very first, I think it's the first one on that list. That is like the most basic. And then from there, of course, you can then just make this. But I don't really know if we really need to make the greater tier or not. So just going to turn this back on. And we will work on getting kind of probably the second or third tier of this and just go with it. So /home. Go back in here. Okay. And then now we are looking at probably making a second Petty Tataric gem. Right? So lapis, gold, what am I looking for? Gold ingots, there we go. Redstone and glass. Okay. And the next tier will be diamond, redstone block, and then a lapis block. Okay, so make this, put this in here. So this will make us a new Petty Tataric gem. And then from there, we then put this back in, diamond, redstone block, this again. And of course, just make sure you're looking at how much actually is required by hovering over the arrow. That is how you tell. So this has a minimum of 60, but it'll only take 20. Okay? So then you take both of these in your hotbar, and then you just, I think it's shift right click. Okay, so you shift right click with this one. That'll input it into the lesser. And then now what we need to do is go get more will to then can kind of just keep repeating, right? We just keep repeating this over and over until you kind of get that final tier that you want, which in this case is the common Tataric, because I'm not even going to shoot for the next one. Not yet, at least. I think I've automated this system before, the whole crystallized will stuff, but it's been a hot minute, so I will have to refresh myself on that situation. Man, I love the no AI on these guys. This makes things so much easier. Bonk, bonk, bonk. We are kind of filling up 2 gyms here, so I do need to be watching that a little bit, but that's okay. I'm also using the wrong sword there. Whoops, my bad. The bad thing is I would love to stream for quite a bit longer, like than normal, like because I usually kind of go for about 2 hours. I won't be able to do that today, so I actually have to work tomorrow, sadly, for only about 4 hours. But then immediately after, I am working on my car that just got out of the shop. Ask me how that makes sense. It's because I'm broke. That's how it makes sense. I bought brake rotors and put them on the car that I have, uh, probably beginning of this year, I think. And apparently the brake rotors are defective because they're pitting. One of them's pitted out and the other one's rusted, it looks like. So I'm not 100% sure if it's the brake pads or the brake rotors on the passenger side. Like if the rotor was defective, but I wouldn't think a brake pad would actually cause that much damage. But the rusting side, I would think, is probably the brake pads themselves. One of those things. It's just one of the weird things about mechanic industry, right? I mean, I'm not in the mechanic industry, but just like parts and stuff, you never like quality isn't something I ever think about. I go pick up parts from O'Reilly's auto parts all the time, and it's just like I would think the quality would be decent, but you got to think that a lot of the times parts aren't ordered from O'Reilly's or AutoZone to be put on your car from dealerships. It's always like Moparts or something, of course, like a Moparts authorized dealer of actual parts. So it's just one of those weird situations. Okay, so I think what we need to do for this, yeah, we basically need to make the next lesser Tataric gem. So we need to just repeat what we've just done. So redstone block, diamond block, or diamond, just diamond, and then lapis block. Sorry for just going off random tangent there about cars, but yeah, it's one of those strange things. Can I actually use the will that's inside that gem? I can. Interesting. I actually didn't know that was a feature. But now we basically want to then convert this one into a higher tier, which is diamond imbued block of gold. So imbued block of gold. And a diamond. This, and then imbued slate. That's a reinforced slate. That's the wrong one. I need this one. And then that should result in getting the next tier, which is common. And I think common is kind of where we're going to stop, because greater just gets a little bit more intense, because you really do need to get the next thing, which is that crystallized will, which I don't think is that hard. I really don't. Let me look at something. Blood magic. Let's just look. Because I know it requires like this whole crucible and crystallizer and some other stuff like that. So let's just look at it. And I probably should actually just make this immediately into a common. So we have 2 commons. I would need to get an imbued slate though. So let's go reinforced But let's do the export on low. Do this. And then just kind of give these guys a little bit of a smack. Okay, imbued slate. So block of gold. And then diamond. And then that should be everything. And then we should just be able to put that there and it just runs. I do like that feature where it kind of checks, hey, you've already got a gem in here. It's got enough will. I'm just going to take it. Not even going to ask. Okay. And then now we can just stand up here for a second. Let me actually just go back. Actually just try to crit some of these guys. Bad thing is some of them wear armor. So it's definitely going to be more than one hit. But that's okay. We just got to make sure we pick it up. Should have put unbreaking on this thing. Just keep smacking. Just keep smacking. Doesn't this thing have loot pinata on it? I think theoretically you could actually get that to happen. That was actually perfect timing right there. Give me all that. That's good stuff. Look at all that. Yeah. Is that considered cheesing this a little bit? Probably. But honestly, who cares? Haha, it happened again. I've only got like a 5% chance to do that. That is so beautiful. Oh, that is so beautiful. Hey, I don't know if you... luckily, I did not have a snare on that guy. I ran out of snares. Dang it. I filled up a gem pretty quickly, though, didn't I? How much left do I have on this gem? 1,000? So I think this is 1,024. Let's actually just make up some more snares real quick. They aren't expensive. They are just string. Let's just see if we can keep getting loot pinatas of Demon Will. I mean, I'm fine with that. I think it's just a fantastic way, a fantastic use of LP. The fact that it's got like 2 loot pinatas, one on cue and then the other one just kind of whenever. Okay, let's go back up here. Just smack a couple of these guys, and then just boop, 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 boop. Nope, no loot pinata. Dang it. Let's toss some of this stuff away here real quick. I do not want bundles. No bundles for me. Thank you, though. No traveler's backpack for me, please. Thank you, though. How long have I been going? About an hour? About 2 hours? Okay. We're getting up there in time, but that's fine. What looting do I have on this? I only have looting 3 on this. I think I can go higher than looting 3, can't I? I'm pretty sure. It's apotheosis stuff. Aha! Another one! Yes! Oh, that is so wonderful. Ah, that is beautiful. I love Apotheosis sometimes. Just an explosion of demon will. It's beautiful. I'm very focused right now on creating soul snares. I really don't need to be creating soul snares, but I love the loot pinata that I'm addicted. I need more loot pinatas, please. Okay, we got 13. Let's give this a try. So I'm actually just going to throw it at one guy. Okay, throw it at another. Okay, throw it at another. I don't know if I even hit him. Pick these demon wills up. Smack him with it. Smack him with it. Come on. Haha! I love it so much. I love it so much. I really don't think I get a whole lot out of it, but honestly, I'm loving the loot pinata so much for some reason. No, you made me miss. Oh. Look at what you made me do. I don't even know. It's not like a song or something. I don't know. Okay. All right, let's just speed this process up because I have been goofing around just a little bit too much. I don't think those demon wills really resulted in a whole lot of demon will for us, so we're just gonna resort back to the old method of the smackaroo. Smack, 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 smack. Come on, gotta crit him. There we go. Should probably put these guys down here, though. Okay, so that one's full. So now we are just going to build this next one, which we aren't too far away from doing. Probably would have been done by now if I wasn't messing around with the loot pinata. Oh, but loot pinata is life sometimes, though. I love that addition, honestly. Skeleton soul. Huh. Don't even know. I think that's like Draconic's like spawning system, isn't it? So it looks like sometimes if you get too much, you actually start subtracting. Okay. So we're just going to call it good there. Get rid of some of this junk out of my inventory. Got 21 cracked gems of the samurai. I wonder how I managed that one. I don't know. Okay. So with the crystallized will, I don't want the other versions. I just want the demon will crystal. Let's see. Let's actually just look this up. Going off on like a different thing, ain't I? Probably, but that's okay. Demon will aspects. So this is aspects of the demon will. I don't want that. I just want this. So we need a demon crystallizer. Slowly consume demon will from the aura to produce. Okay, so we need a demon crucible and a demon Blood magic. Demon. So we probably want the crystallizer, the crucible. I don't know about the pylon, though. I don't really know what that is. Okay, so... Stone. Can I actually bookmark this recipe so I can see it from here? Yes. Okay, so... Stone, glass, lapis. Stone... which is in this list somewhere. Stone, glass. See, it sounds like I'm typing super fast because I am, and that's why I mess up so much. It doesn't help. It really doesn't. Lapis. Crucible. I just saw it on one of them. Oh, it's cauldron. My bad. Cauldron. And then it looked like a Hellfire Forge. Yeah. So this... and I think I do need a diamond, don't I, for one of these as well? So... we need stone, glass, and a lapis. And then one of these gems. Do. Aquaculture? Still haven't messed with aquaculture. Even after all this time. Okay, let's just go set this. Let's go set this over here. What chunk are we in when we do that? Okay. Chunks are interesting. I accidentally just pressed like the wrong button so many times there. So this, and this. No, I need lapis. There we go. I'm just 100% guessing at that recipe for a second. I'm very good at this game, right? What is this? Impregnated diamond from Corel Tombstones. Don't know what that is either. Okay, so same chunk. Just gonna throw that in there a little bit. Get this chunk kick-started. Can I actually use the Sears sigil on this? Huh. Kind of sad. I was hoping I could look at that. But we're basically going to kickstart this whole chunk to have some will put in here, some aura. Crikey, eat some aura. No, I'm just kidding. That's awful. Oh, there we go. And this is not done. Don't break the first stage. Just let it go. As Elsa once told us, let it go. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I need sleep probably, man. I'm losing it here. I don't know what needs sped up, so I'm just going to speed up everything. Yeah, you can see in that top that there is like a little bit of green missing. So we are starting to fade on the Commentatoric Gym. So we're giving it over to this. I think there's a way to look at this, isn't there? Oh, so pylons are new. I don't think this was in here last time I messed with it, because this is able to pull from different chunks, which is actually kind of cool. Huh. Yeah, we're not looking at the ritual for this right now. Just curious. The first spire costs 100 will to form, and all subsequent spires cost 40 each, but can be burned for 50 in the Demon Crucible for a net gain of 10. The largest crystal cluster can be up to 7 spires. So you're basically waiting for this to get to 7 spires before you actually break it. So since we've got a full gym, this shouldn't really be a problem. It's just a matter of waiting. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back up here. While that is doing its thing, we're going to turn this back on. We are going to turn this back on. So that way it extracts. That way we get some slates. Kill two birds with one stone. So we'll just keep an eye out on that thing. And hopefully we'll get somewhere with it. Then we can get the Greater Tataric Gem, so we just have it. And we'll need it anyway for Crystallized Will. And I don't even know what fully is required for Blood Magic here. So it looks like just a Reinforced Speed Rune. So this goes into the Wither's Compass, so you need 4 of them. Okay. And it doesn't actually say you need 4 of them. But, yeah. Man, they should have just put follow the book. This is confusing. I mean, it's good that you actually get to see this and how it's 2 away rather than the 1, but still confusing, in my opinion. Some Demon Will. We actually got an Iron Key from that. That was the whole reason we kind of started this whole shenanigans, by the way. Alright, apparently I need to throw some stuff away. Let's get rid of that. Let's toss these away, because I'll probably use them at some point. And let's just put the Demon Will in there. We did get another Rune of Sacrifice, which is pretty cool. Do. I think we could probably get another Iron Key, by the way. But I think for right now, I'm going to just click this off. And we're going to hop back over here. And then grab an Iron Key. And go for this door. And grab our Night Vision. Now we got our Staff of Power. Spawner hidden in there. Loot Pinata. Miner's Secrets. Well, I'm not even going to say what I was thinking on that one. We also got an enchanted book of fire protection. It's F3H. Let's turn that off. Fire protection. More Tau fruit. And lucked out and got no extra keys. Well, that was worth a shot. Okay. So we shall return once we get another one. That is A-okay with me. Just get this stuff tossed away. And I'm pretty sure the Tau fruit is actually what we need, right? Because the saturated, let's see. So, Tau fruit can be found within simple dungeons after it can be farmed, being native denizen of the demon realm. Its life cycle is unfortunately a tad more complex than that of a humble potato. Tau fruit matures one of 2 varieties depending on the conditions. Tau fruit normally. Tau fruit has 2 main uses. However, Tau fruit has an alternative, more challenging route of growth. If the plant matures while a mob, a cow, for example, is sitting on top of it, will leech health from the entity to saturate its dark hungers. In this way, saturated Tau fruit can be grown. Okay, so we've already got the ability to make saturated Tau fruit. I've just been missing it. I always forget about this stuff. So if we just get some dirt and some red, let's grab a little bit more dirt than that. Red fertilizer. And let's just make like a simple little farm. We're not going to go like full-scale farm here. I don't know why I'm mining out the dirt here. Kind of forget where I'm at here. Let's go with some kind of hoe. Red fertilizer. Bucket. Actually, I've got the chalice, don't I? Where is the chalice? There it is. And then lily pad of fertility. And then now we just... Oh, I can't actually plant this on red fertilizer. Good to know. So what can I plant this on besides normal farmland? Insanium. Insanium farmland. We've got one piece. I'm willing to risk it. Perfect. Let's just grab 7 more. And then we need a fence. Need a little bit more fence than that. I don't use bamboo. I don't know why I decided to just start using bamboo all of a sudden, but that's okay. Okay, and then now we just need to go back to the overworld and just grab a couple different mobs with the mob imprisonment tool. Let's go hunt down a couple mobs. Passive, hostile, doesn't really matter, I don't think, but probably just going to grab passive so I don't have to worry about building something above them. Snail's kind of a waste of time, I think. Chickens. Kind of looking for like cow, sheep, pigs. Oh, we got a cow. Got another cow. Okay, give me a couple more cows, maybe. It's also probably night right now, and I can't really see that because I have the night vision stuff. But that's okay. Where did I do that farm? Over here. And it actually doesn't look like it is growing that well. But we're just going to throw a couple cows in here. And I don't think I can time in a bottle this. I don't think that'll work that well, but... Oop. It is growing, technically. I just don't know if it's going to grow that well because... it's very slow to grow, that is for sure. Okay, let's take... Actually, no, let's just keep those two in there. Nope, because I can't close it. I'm just going to, like, trap him inside of that little area. And then hopefully, sooner or later, we'll get saturated Tau. I don't think it'll be enough to do what we need to do, but it'll be a start. Okay, we've also got another spire coming out of that, which is awesome. Just keep on farming up some slates here. And I bet there's probably not an easy way to farm saturated Tau, right? Like after you get it. Synthetic upgrade point. Yeah, there's no recipe for it, so you're basically just gonna have to get more. Which is not my favorite thing to think about, but oh well. It is what it is. Because I think right now on the altar side, We definitely want to get the Runes of Capacity. That would probably be the best thing I could think of right now. Also, real quick, Iron Key, Redstone. Which slate is that? Imbued. Do I have any imbued slates right now? I do not. Okay, so I just have to craft until, wait until they craft. So I'm just gonna do that. Not gonna just keep taking out, pausing the thing. So we do have almost fully grown saturated tofu. Just not, or not saturated, just fully grown. Just gonna keep checking on it every so often here. Kind of waiting for it to happen. I'm gonna take this stuff and drop it on the floor. So I can get this thing put back to where it was. Because I'm pretty sure we're gonna need it for the Greater Tataric Gym anyway, so might as well just get it going. Let's go land some crits here real quick. Okay. That is enough crits for now. Let's get that altar filled back up. Okay. Iron Key. Let's just keep thinking about that, right? Did we get saturated toe? No, we did not. I think he's on top of it enough. I think. All we need is like one piece of saturated toe, right? Because we're getting that weak activation crystal. Or no, weak blood shard. Right, this is what we're looking for. And realistically, we actually need more than one, because we do need to get the Master Blood Orb, and then also get the... Like, do we need this for the Greater Tataric Gym, too? So I guess we need it for more than one thing. More than I thought, at least. Oh, wrong thing. I'm going to put this sword away for now. And I think if I were to get that, I'd probably just go ahead and immediately get next tier. So that way I can get speed upgrades and all of that stuff on this. And more runes of sacrifice and stuff, so it's a lot faster to craft and everything. I think for right now, let's actually do that. Speed up, or speed runes. Let's just go for 6. Replace this side with speed runes. Replace this side with speed runes. Okay. And that way things craft just a bit quicker. At least they should. They should, they should, they should. But I hope everybody is doing good today. Good tonight, at least. So we're chilling out, playing some blood magic. Playing around with some blood magic, at least. Don't do this at home, right? Gotta put that disclaimer in here. Can I grab another cow? Just drop him in there with him? Let's just do this. Ain't no way it's gonna fail now, right? If it does, I don't understand. We got 3 spires over here now. Get this thing filled back up. Oh, I just threw my Commentataric gem up there, didn't I? Not what I meant to do. Not at all. Still just cruising? Oh yeah, we are cruising. I think the thing is, though, realistically, with these kinds of systems, is it's probably better to do this kind of drawer thing towards the bitter end of blood magic, because then you don't get hung up on stuff like what I'm doing right now. I cannot see that that 2 fruits, so that'll be interesting. Hopefully it'll work. Maybe I need to change it out to regular farmland. I might need to, or get rid of the lily pad. It may affect it, I'm not sure. Oop, did not mean to do that. Alright, let's trash can some stuff here real fast. Just keep my inventory clean as much as I possibly can. So yeah, we still are just kind of waiting on this portion. What is the ethereal slate used for? Is it used for anything? Okay, so it is just used for getting the final tier of runes. And of course this does require the intricate Hellforge parts. I don't even know how to go about getting those. Hellfire bees, apparently. Bees is just too much. Goodness, goodness. How in the world do you even get a Hellfire V? Hellfire Forge with a regenerative bee spawn egg. What is a regenerative bee spawn egg? A hematophagus? Tophagus? I don't even know. I'm gonna keep butchering it, but I think yeah, you just keep going. Okay, so you'd need like a nomad spawn egg. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff that I don't really want to get into. But to automate things, probably need to get into it, right? So Rune of Capacity requires imbued slates, and the next tier requires the demonic. So yeah, you need to go to the next tier before you even consider the augmented. Okay, we're started there. So let's actually just grab our first one here. So iron, was it blocks of iron? Nope, just 2 of this and then 1 redstone block. And then this. I really hate having to make 1 key for this, but that'll be okay. And also, can I chunk load this chunk and this chunk? I can, perfect. Okay, iron key. Let's jump back in here and just clear out this dungeon. And we can just get rid of this. Okay, so it's another one of these. Take out that. Demon Will, Tohu Fruit. Nothing too exciting. We did get a Fire Protection 4 book. Again. More Tohu Fruit. Kind of going in the dark a little bit on this one. I do apologize. I kind of forgot to put my night vision stuff on. But, yeah, I mean, we really did not get anything that is, like, extremely useful in here. Okay. I think that's all we really... I mean, that's all we really got out of here, right? We got everything. I don't think there's anything under the lava. I don't think I've ever seen anything under the lava, at least. Yeah, because you just have straight void. Okay. Alrighty. Bonk. Bonk, bonk. Let's get it out of here. Can regenerate one if we need to, but for the most part, the Tohu Fruit's what we needed. Okay, we are still cruising. We still have pretty decent chunk of charge on that. We are up to 4 spires. Did we finally get saturated Tohu? It does not look like it. Okay, so let's attempt to get rid of this. And see if that was the issue, or if I need to get rid of the Insanium farmland. Because that may also be an issue. Okay. All right. I want that book back. There it is. Patchola. Has to be directly on it. We can do that, I guess. That's why I have so many just stuffed into one area. Let's see. I mean, realistically, all you need is one spot, right? So I don't think I can pick this up with Silk Touch, can I? Oh, I can. Cool. Didn't actually know I could do that. Well, let's give it a swing. See if we can do this. So let's just wall it off. I should probably just use glass, as that would not suffocate anything that I put in here. Glass, glowstone, anything like that. That's totally what I meant to do. Okay. So with that in mind, I'm kind of wondering, can I cause chaos, or might this break it? We'll see. I love causing chaos. For no real reason other than because I can. Nope, that's the wrong lily pads. This may not do anything for us, but I'm going to try it nevertheless. Okay. He's on top of it. That should work, hopefully. And then I could actually just get a harvester, I think, and a barrel. I don't know if this is a good idea, but we'll give it a shot too. Then just get it a hoe. And then that way I don't have to harvest it. I hope that'll work. But I hope you're doing well, Dark Master. Nope, how many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. So just 5, so we're still waiting. Okay. Yeah, we're just kind of slowly progressing through blood magic. I'm just chillaxing a little bit this stream. Not doing too much extreme stuff, so. Same old, same old. Okay, so we've got 3 imbued slates, so we just need to stand here and whack away for a little bit. Somehow, I have accumulated 60 views on this video, and you are the first person to comment. So, I've kind of just been sitting here all by my lonesome, talking away to myself. That's fine, though. Ooh, does the harvester actually not harvest tofu fruit? Interesting. Strange. But interesting. Yeah, but I always appreciate people coming in, correcting me, asking questions, things like that. So, you know, it's utterly insane. I'm sorry. That was ripe for the picking, I guess you could say. I really should just milk it a little bit more, right? For the comedic effect. Fall it apart. Oh, goodness. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because it does, unless it's just because tick acceleration breaks it. Let's just get rid of that factor. I know you can't do red fertilizer. I did attempt that one already. So let's just do, and I'll probably get rid of the lily pads of fertility and just let this ride. But I'm gonna let it go through one iteration before doing that and see if that works. Yeah, they should. Unless you throw them in a stasis chamber. And I'm just kidding. That's overkill. That is overkill and a half. But we will be using a stasis chamber sooner or later for blood magic because the warden is a very fun thing to use the well of suffering on. Indefinite, no mob farms needed. That's what I did in the Direwolf 20 pack, and that's probably what I'll do here. I think it matured again. I can't really tell because this cow's in the way. Yes, it is matured again. Okay, so let's get rid of those. Let's actually just break the plant, replant it, put a cow on top, and we're just going to let it go. Then the harvester's not going to work, but we'll just have a barrel here. Okay. And you know what? Just because I can. Oh, I need that dagger back. Cow. 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 Now, if that doesn't work, it's broken. Or I can't put that many cows in there because it'll break it. Either way, it's a stupid thing. But we shall see. We shall see indeed. Okay, let's quickly get this added. This avoided. Do I not have quivers in there? Is that why this thing doesn't pick them up half the time? Seems to be the case. Must have missed it. Alright, any luck? I think they trampled the crop. I think. No, it's in there. I see it. Very, very slow progress on that because that plant does not grow fast at all by any means. So that'll be fun. Oh, just whacking away until we get somewhere. I think we actually have enough to do some capacity runes. So that should be a good thing. We just need the saturated tau before we can really get anywhere. So I think we're going to knock out a few speed runes and replace these with capacity. So how much capacity does this thing have? 18,000, so not really a lot more. So let's just knock out one whole side. Replace that. How much now? 24,000, that should be better. I can leave it alone a little bit longer whenever I'm working on something else. Okay, so there's a quiver. Pick this up and void that. Just keep swinging, just keep swinging. How are we doing? This is a bad idea because I cannot see. Oh, still stage 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're waiting on that 7th spire on this side to go. But the thing is, it doesn't really matter until I can get the saturated tau fruit. Woo! Infinite progression loops, right? Like, I'm not crazy, right? This should be pretty easy to do. Yeah, staying atop it will leach health from the entity to saturate its dark hungers in the way saturated tau can be grown. And this way saturated tau can be grown. So yeah, we're just kind of waiting for growth stages to occur and then allow for it to then be saturated by one of the cows. So it's right, I do believe, as of current. And I don't think there's a way to grow the saturated tau fruit after the fact either. I think you just basically harvest it and you have to basically repeat the entire process over and over and over again until you have enough to satisfy what you're doing. Which is a fantastic thing, I think. I'm just going to keep impatiently going back and forth, I think. There's no way that that's not going to work because there's so many cows there. It's going to leach from one of them. It has to. I wonder. If I hold this in the offhand, that doesn't work, right? So I don't think technically this is a weapon. What does that look like when I offhand the Staff of Chaos? Oh, it just doesn't appear. Okay. I know, like, there used to be the thing where you hold this in your offhand and shoot with a bow to cause loot pinatas. I don't know if that actually still occurs, though. Come on, 7th Spire, Saturated Tau. We're waiting on like 2 different things right now. I probably could just set up another encampment of this. Hold on, let's go mob imprisonment tool. Let's just get like three more of these set up. Just kind of get that process going. Okay, so let's go glass. And then I need a hoe. And then I need the chalice, because that's the infinite water source. And then I also need, let's just grab some dirt. I'm going to cover up this mess that I've made. And we can just get rid of this as well. Okay, so we'll just do... Realistically, we could just put the next one here. And just put the farmland just like so. And then... if I'm thinking about this correctly, which I think I am. We can now just put the cow fruit down, put a cow, tau fruit, cow, tau fruit, and then cow. Right? That should work. And that way we can actually observe it easier as well. And then hopefully we have progress sooner or later with that. But I think for now, what we're actually going to do is we're going to wrap this one up here. We made some progress. We got to the next tier. We've got the mob farm built. We've got crystallization of will. I'll have to look into how to automate that again. The other variations. I have a video on it on my channel, but it has been quite a minute since I've actually done that. And it worked pretty well. I think it kept running even after I completed it. Like, I never turned it off or anything, so it just continuously ran. And I don't even remember. I don't think I ever looked at it after the fact, because it kind of was just useless after a certain amount of time. But let's see. Do we have any other quests real quick? We got that. So yeah, we are just kind of waiting on the weak blood shard from the saturated tau, and then from there we'll be able to get the bloodstone bricks, and then we'll also need to, of course, get the master blood orb, the greater Tataric gem, which I don't think is really used for much, besides the fact that it can just hold a lot. So yeah, we are kind of just stuck in a waiting period until these cows produce, or the saturated tau actually does what it's supposed to do. Become saturated tau. That's what it's supposed to do. And then, actually, this did get a 7th spire, didn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now we should be able to break this. And now we've got 7 demon will crystals. And that actually will be used for our greater Tataric gem. And looks like we also have unlocks doors with mine keys. I do know what this is. This is actually one of the dungeons we do need to go to in the future. But, oh, there it is. That's what I was looking for earlier. Was a way to see how much will is in the actual chunk. So it's this thing right here. And of course you do need demon will crystals to actually be able to obtain that. But that's actually pretty nifty to know. I don't actually know what a crystal resonator is. I might know what it is, but honestly, it's been a while. But yeah, for now, we're going to wrap this one up here. We've been going for about 2.5 hours. And honestly, I've had a blast. I know I've kind of been talking to myself a little bit, but yeah, with FTB Neotech, I'm going to probably just make some changes to the pack. As I said earlier, The biggest changes is I'm going to make Actually Editions work with modern industrialization, and of course that will take some time to do. I'm hoping to have episodes out Monday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with FTB Neotech, as I'm going to be streaming this pack more often. But we'll see what roadblocks I keep hitting with FTB Neotech. I really think the biggest flaw with that pack is the version it was built in. 1.20.4 was probably the worst version for Actually Editions to come out on. It should have probably come out on 1.20.1, where all the other mods were coming out on. Would have made more sense to me, to probably everybody else as well. It's just one of those weird things. Sometimes things happen. Sometimes people do some weird stuff. Ender IO is, of course, still not on 1.21. Thermal's not on 1.21. Actually Editions is not on 1.21. Modern Industrialization is on 1.21. So it's just one of those things. We're waiting for mods to update. And then once they update, I might look at just seeing if we have any packs that use Modern Industrialization and maybe just scooch away from FTB Neotech. Because, yeah, I've looked at the library of mods, and it is lackluster because of that version. But overall, I hope you guys have enjoyed this live stream. I know I did. Kind of getting some progress with Blood Magic. I don't even know. Laser IO probably is. I know, like, Just Dire Things is, so probably Laser IO is. Let me look. Yeah, it's on 1.21 and 1.21.1. Which is good, but it's just like a lot of the bigger mods that you really need are just not. I think Just Dire Things is. Let's see, I'm pulling this up here. Just Dire Things is on 1.21. So yeah, you're kind of just waiting on a lot of the large tech mods to migrate, right? Mechanism, I think, is over there. I think Mechanism is. Last time I looked. Yeah, it's on 1.21 and 1.21.1. So, yeah, we're kind of just waiting on Actually Editions. And honestly, I think if they were to make like an FTB Neotech 2.0 and put it on 1.21 or 1.21.1, honestly, I think you would have a lot more success. But it just seems very unfortunate of the version they chose. Especially because one of the issues I came across was finding logic gates, kind of creating AND gates, OR gates, and all of that stuff in one block. There was a mod in there called RS Logical. I, for the life of me, could not figure out how to use that mod. There's no good tutorials online. 70,000 people have downloaded it, apparently, but there's not a tutorial in sight. The mod page doesn't give you a great enough description. And that's your only options for AND gates or gates, unless you wanted to get into integrated dynamics and figure out how that works with AND gates. And then, of course, you have to run into integrated dynamics not functioning properly and the current version of FTB Neotech. I'd advise, if you are using integrated dynamics in FTB Neotech, do update integrated dynamics yourself. Didn't break anything. It literally fixes the redstone writers to actually allow them to send a signal properly. So yeah, there's just issues. So I'm looking at that. But we'll see. I might be back Monday with an All the Mods 9 stream. Unless an FTB Neotech episode comes out. Then I won't be. So thank you guys. Stay awesome. And I can't wait to see you around. Bye-bye. Well, yeah, once they there's actually plenty of good ones, but 1.20.4 is just lackluster. It really is, because like Super Circuit Maker, or no, there's another one. There's like Tiny Circuit Maker. There's also like let me just look here real quick before. There's this one, More Red, that is actually like perfect. Thing is, it's not on 1.20.4. Which one is this one on? I think I looked at this one. But this is like a lightweight version of like Project Red or Blue Power, whichever one you want to look at. But that one is only on 1.21, 1.20.1, and 1.21, and then 1.21.1. So theoretically, it probably wouldn't be hard to port it, but I'm not going to spend time on that because, yeah, I already gave up on the system that I was trying to build. I spent about 6 hours on it, plus, you know, however many other hours I spent researching trying to fix the stupid thing. The option is modern industrialization. I'm going to add a recipe, a few recipes probably, but as we go on, I'll probably start adding recipes and then talking about them and then leaving like a paste bin to make your own in a sense. So that way people can follow along. Um, but I want to play with Actually Editions. I haven't played with it in ages and I love that mod. It's just whenever you don't really have any mods that work alongside it, like extra utilities back in the day that had the sensors and all of that stuff, you really can't make a good automated energized oil or crystallized oil system like you used to be able to. So, yeah. But all right, enough talking for me. I've got to get to sleep because I have to work tomorrow. Thank you guys. Stay awesome. And I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.